Now I am at the Archaeological National Lab. The students and researchers here have applied modern technologies and techniques for protecting the cultural relics. Now let's explore. Now we're at the archaeological lab. Many may wonder, how can a lab take place here? Many research must have taken place in a field, in outdoor space, right? But how can it be in indoor space? So can you tell us a bit more about your work and research? This is an artifact of a tomb evacuated in Hubei province. It is from the spring and autumn period in China's ancient history. It is a very large tomb, and this picture shows the layout of the evacuation. There is the tomb, there is bronzeware, and we evacuated the northeastern part of the tomb, and we have unearthed large numbers of bronzeware and lacquerware. What is special about lacquerware? Because they are afraid of the dry atmosphere. So if the air is too dry, they cannot be well protected. So we must ensure there is enough moisturizer to ensure the sound protection of the cultural relics. I noticed there are some numbers. What does this number mean? Because the cultural relics is made of several pieces of the horse leather, divided into different pieces. And now only the lacquer has stayed. So we have given them the numbers in order to sort them out. So now we have a good knowledge of what the numbers stand for. So this is the horse and its armor. So they are divided into different numbers, and each number represents a certain part of the horse armor. So besides the evacuation work, you have to be good at numbers in order to be a good researcher in archaeological lab. Now we're at the jadware archaeological lab. As is known, jadware is an important part of China's culture. So the researchers in this lab try to restore the jadware to their original form using some special techniques. Hi, can you give us some information about what you have been doing in this lab? We focus on the processing manufacturing techniques of the jadeware in ancient China. So we compare their features and performances between this jadeware in ancient China and the modern China. As you can see, you drill with the drilling technology. You make a hole in the jade, and now you get a round jadeware, and also different parts of the jade. Now you get a special form of the jade, and this is one of the most ancient cutting technology of the jadeware. And you apply a rope into the center of the jadeware in order to get a hole. Now I'm showing how the cutting technology works. You move the jadeware in between the stones, and you will get a flatly polished jadeware. So by telling the features of the cutting technology, you will see how the jadeware is produced. It also represents different levels of productivity at each stage of the history, and will help you better understand the historical background. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we have learned some knowledge about the jadeware archaeological lab. Isn't it interesting? In this lab, you find the answers to all the mysteries of the jadeware and other archaeological artifacts. Now, let's see the outside exterior part of this international lab. And it is a perfect combination of the ancient civilization and the modern history. Now let's go and check the splendid culture behind. Dear CGTN online viewers, I'm Song Wenjing from CMG. Now we are at the Shandong University Museum. Just now, I have toured you through 2 labs of the Shandong University Museum. Now we are at the main exhibition hall of the Museum of Shandong University. And we're now going to give you some information about the Haidan culture. It is about a special period of the history, and because people lived here was called people moving to the east. So here I'd like to unveil the history, especially of the noble that lived 5,000 years ago. Let me show you a special ware, which has a special feature. It has a special and a peculiar shape. Now I'm happy to be joined by a local expert, Bing Bing. Hello, online viewers. I am the work staff of I'm the tour guide of the Shandong University Museum. I'm also a graduate from the Shandong University. We know working as a tour guide is something special for the students here at Shandong University. And I heard there is a competition going on for touring guide. So Bingbing is also one of the is part of the competition. So congratulations. Bingbing would like to give us some information about this museum. Well, yes, this part is located at unearthed. The objects unearthed here belong to a certain historical period called the Zhaojia. For example, you can check this jadeware. It is called a moon jadeware. It symbolizes your social ranking. And you can see this picture. That is the owner of the tomb. He's a very important owner of the Zhaojia tribe. He's very tall. His height is 190 centimeters, and he has large and thick bones. So it is said that the Shandong people are very tall. We can tell this by 5,000 years ago. So apart from this, let me show you some other objects. These are the wares for paying tributes and performing the ritual ceremony. Sometimes you need to bury the ware and the objects into the burial ceremony. For the students with the major of a museum, you have to be good at evacuation. And during my social practice, I have encountered such experiences. And I think it is very important discovery. However, what I discovered has been pieces, broken into pieces. So we report the case, and we file the case and report what we have found. So these are all about the sacrifice ceremony. So by working in the museum industry, you have to be good at putting together all the pieces. Now let me show you a very important piece. This is a very special pottery artifact and quite representative of the Shandong culture. This ware is called the gui in Chinese due to its original shape. And it follows the shape of the Dongyi people. It is in the shape of a special animal. You know, it has a sharp end at the mouth, and also it has a round belly, and also 2 feet. Let me take a wild guess. Isn't it like a poultry? It's quite close. Yes, it's in the shape of a bird, because the Dongyi people love the totem of birds, so they make the ware out of the shape of the birds. So these are for heating the water and the wines in the ancient time. So how did they do this? Why, by making the analysis, we can tell what liquids was inside this ware. So by looking back 5,000 years back, you will tell the history and how the life people led in their time from this pottery ware. They use this ware to heat water and wine. And I'm surprised to see that they already developed this wine producing technology. Yes, the ancient people are very good at drinking wine, and they love wine. Next is about the Longshan culture. Longshan culture discovery has been a milestone in the Shandong history. You know, China also has discovered the Yangshao culture, where they discovered lots of colorful pottery ware. So the scholars said that the Chinese culture may have dated back to the Western world. But the discovery of this pottery ware tested that the Chinese culture is rooted in the Chinese land. Yes, this has tested the peak time of the Chinese culture. The scholar Wu Jingli and Li Zhi also said that we need to find the true artifacts to test that the regions of the Chinese culture is in China instead of elsewhere. So until we find the Longshan culture, we have found the iron proof for the Chinese culture. Well, in this period, the Chinese culture has entered a civilization period. So how do you define civilization? Well, the definition is about a typical example of a Longshan culture, which is 4,000 years ago. We have the Li Zhi culture. Apart from that, we have something else. We have very magnificent city walls under renovation. That is a great symbol of China entering the period of civilization. In the archaeological discovery process, we can unearth many artifacts, but to unearth such a big city wall, it is nothing easy. Yes, people spend a lot of efforts into the evacuation of this city wall. It involves a large amount of people and energy. And now we are trying to restore the city wall to its original form, but this only represents a small part of the original place. We said that the ancient, we have talked about different civilization societies. Do you have other examples? Well, it must be about the characters. This is another important discovery. It is the pottery ware with the characters written on the surface. We detected 5 vertical lines of Chinese characteristics. And you can see more details by zooming in. Well, the footage may not look clear, but we can get a sense that these are the symbols and characters. It may look like the graffitis of the kids, but they are really the original form of the Chinese characteristics. Yes, that's why it holds significance, because it has tested that China produced its own characters even earlier than the Oracle period. And this is still before the ancient, the modern civilization period. Now, we have shown you some ware of the nobility. And let's show you something more sophisticated. This archaeological artifact represents the true craftsmanship of ancient China. It is a first-class production. Well, the before history culture entered Shandong province a long time ago, and they brought together this craftsmanship, which represents the prosperity of the period. I can see some lines on this ware. So what do they represent? Well, they represent the quick wheel, a tool for producing the pottery ware. If it rotates very fast, it can produce the lines on the pottery ware. And that is something produced by the Longshan people 4,000 years ago. Actually, it has a special color because the pottery ware sometimes are red or white, but what we see here is black. Well, that is something special of Longshan culture, which boasts the black pottery ware. So why the color is black? Because in the manufacturing process, people blocked the smoking tunnel so that the carbon molecule stayed in the pottery ware and it become black. So you can see that people made it black. Now, so much about the Haidai culture. Now, let's see the bronze culture. This is a representative bronze ware. It represents the peak of the manufacturing technology of pottery ware in the Shang and Zhou period. It is evacuated in Jinan province, a city of Shandong province. You can check the wrinkles on the surface. And you can also resemble its shape to the facial expressions of the people. So it looks really delicate and sophisticated. Bronzeware are representative artifacts of the Shang dynasty. In the Xia, Shang, and Zhou dynasties, these three dynasties are called the Bronze Dynasty, bronzeware dynasties. We have just shown you the Shang bronzeware. And we have a military compound from the Shang dynasty. That's why we have collected a large number of bronzeware from the Shang dynasty. And let's check other parts of the bronzeware. Well, you have been very detailed about appreciating the beauty of the bronzeware. Yes, later the technology has developed towards a more sophisticated way. So in the West Zhou period, we discovered a bronzeware in the tomb of a noble lady. You can see the bronzeware is specially made with a base and also a peak. You can make a wild guess what it is used for. So when we unearthed this object, we discovered also a large number of jadeware, jade necklaces, jade bracelet. So it is a necklace holder. It is very similar to what we use today to hold our jewelries and ornaments. But this object belongs to the lady, first lady of our king in the West Zhou dynasty. Well, by looking at this, we can already imagine how good a life that the ancient people lived at that time. But due to time pressure, we cannot tell you everything. But I hope you can stay tuned and take the chance to visit Shandong University Museum. I also wish Bingbing a great success in her competition. Well, so much on my part. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm from CGTN Sanxingdui. Today is the International Museum Day, and we are at the Beiling Museum of Xi'an. I heard that today we have seen a lot of tourists. So to be a qualified visitor, you have to be good at appreciating the ancient history and also the calligraphy. Hi, Mr. Bai. Would you like to say hi to the audience? Hi, everyone. I'm from the local museum. My name is Bai Xuesong. Well, Xi'an Beiling is a renowned place for calligraphy. If you're good at calligraphy, you must be a lover of this place. You have to be it is quite demanding to be a tourist here because you have to know something about the calligraphy. So today we are honored to be joined by Mr. Bai, who will take us to tour through the museum. Well, first we have seen a bell. Can you tell us something about this bell? It is called a Jingyunzhong. I've seen the tourists taking pictures of this bell. It is the best place for making a picture. You know, this can be found can be used in Beijing. During the clock ticking for the last day of the last year of the New Year Eve, we use this bell for the time. It still works as a clock in Xi'an. I can see a lot of girls and boys on the street taking pictures with this bell. It weighs 6 tons. So how heavy it is, you can imagine. It is like the master Master Sun Wukong in China's journey to the west. You can also find a totem of the dragon, of the long, on the body of this bell, because this year is the year of Chinese long. So the Chinese long represents the Chinese culture. It also represents the tolerance of the Chinese culture. On the body of this bear, you can find a lot of auspicious totems that the Tang people love. You can find the image of bat and coin on the artifacts of China. You can make a wild guess. What does it mean by putting the image of a bat and a coin together on the artifact? It represents the Chinese character Fu, auspiciousness. It says that you will have the auspicious luck all the year round. Sometimes you can also get an image of a cat running after a butterfly. What does it mean? You can find it on the Chinese paintings. It means the Chinese character Mao Die, which represents that the elderly can live to their 80s or 90s. It represents longevity. So what's most famous about this bell? I haven't told you the secret yet. Well, China has more than 10 million artifacts. However, 195 of them are forbidden to go outside China, and this bell is one of the 195 artifacts. So 1 per 195. So you can see how precious it is. You can see so many tourists working around. They come here voluntarily. I've been on an interview. People say, what's the meaning, what's the significance of appreciating the artifacts? Now more and more people walk into the museums because they love to see the artifacts. And why? Because China has a long history of civilization and culture. It helps you learn something about the period of life that you have never been part of, and a part of the culture that can never be forgotten. And you often see that the archaeological artifacts are broken into pieces. They're quite shabby, they can be not well preserved, but that's the true face of the artifacts. In front of us, you can see another artifact. It is a stone horse. Once I walked into the Shanxi train station, people say that Shanxi is... People say that Shanxi province is home to the dynasties, the four ancient dynasties in China. Because in Shanxi, we established the Xia dynasty ruled by the Xiongnu people 1,600 years ago. We discovered this horse decades ago. So they belong to the Hanish period. And we can tell the characters on this horse. So it is the year of 424 AD. So that is also the war period. So the horse represents a real horse that was lost its life during the war period. So it tells the story of the fall of a dynasty, the ending period of the Hanish dynasty. So Xi'an not only has these concrete artifacts, we also have some representative calligraphic works, Huang Xizhi, Su Shi, Huang Tingjian, Huai Su. These are quite renowned figures, calligraphers in China's history. You can find almost the most famous pieces of these renowned calligraphies in China here. Now we can take some interactions on the calligraphy works, and it shows you how the calligraphies are produced in ancient China. It is the monotype. It is a lithographic print. We can compare this technique to wearing the masks, the facial masks for the girls. So this is a piece of the calligraphy work of Wang Xizhi. And you can also see some artifacts, some calligraphy work of the Empress Dowager. Now you can see a vase, flowers, auspiciousness, with the notes of Empress Dowager. What's so special is that the paintings are drawn by others, but the characters are written by Empress Dowager. So in an ancient vase, if you can put some armors into the vase, what does it symbol? A vase has 3 pieces of armors. It represents that the officials will be promoted successively to 3 levels higher. It is a metaphor in Chinese culture. Sometimes the vases go together with the musical instruments to symbol that you may get promoted 3 levels higher. This architecture was built in Ming Dynasty. You can see 2 small rooms on the side. So, what are they used for? These are for rituals. If you watch a TV opera, you can see rooms like this. So they are from Ming Dynasty. So Xi'an Beiling is very famous for their archaeological artifacts. We have a lot more to show you. It is a calligraphy work of Dong Zuobing. He's a very famous oracle calligrapher. Not all of you know him, but he's really famous. We just have seen the lithographic print of the calligraphy of Wang Xizhi. Here we also exhibit the works of other calligraphers. Many of them are really famous, but not all of you know them all. So you can see that through reading culture and history, you can feel the emotions of the ancient calligraphers. Well, Xi'an Beiling is called the paradise for the calligraphy works. We have seen the famous calligraphy of the ancient people. I've heard that this door is very special. So how special is it? It is from Yuan Dynasty. You can also see a fountain behind the door. But now I cannot wait to show you the most famous calligraphy in China. Well, this exhibition is called The Beauty of the Ink and Calligraphy. So this exhibition is about the lithographic print. And we have presented the best of the best. If you like to practice calligraphy, you can take lessons in school. Many kids will ask their parents and grandparents, would you like to recommend a lithographic print book for me? But here we can find the answers. We have around 50 lithographic prints here. If you want to practice calligraphy, you can find the best here. Well, you can find the calligraphy of Li Si, the premier of the Emperor Qin, the Emperor Qin Shi Huang. In BC 219, Emperor Qin Shi Huang ruled the whole China. Well, in this calligraphy, they mentioned the Yishan mountain. Well, Yishan is Dengshan. So Emperor Qin Shi Huang asked his premier Li Si to record his magnificent history of ruling the country. So by reading the lines, we can see that the emperor ruled the country. And that is the glamour of calligraphy. So this is the type of seal character. The bottom part is very loose, and the upper part is a bit more tight. It is like the terracotta warriors that shows the solemnness of the army. I think many girls would prefer another kind of character, the Li character. So it is easy to read. It is so easy to read that people may question whether it is from ancient China. Well, people write these kind of Li characters in order to make themselves better understood. So it is called a Cao Quanbei tomb, the monument. It is not a tomb monument. It is a special stone tablet to express the good wishes for others to get promoted. Actually, this kind of auspiciousness can be found in many stone tablets. Sometimes people prefer to record their happy moments instead of their sorrows. So you can appreciate the beauty of this content. And later I would like to show you the #1 tablet of Wang Xizhi, one of the most famous Chinese calligrapher. And if you check on China's novel on Journey to the West, whether the Tang monk has some story to share. Well, this stone tablet has made the characters much clearer than its original work. When the Tang monk went back from the West by collecting the true way, the emperor gave him a stone tablet. Well, there have been so many tourists, so let's get back to the online stream. I can really feel the enthusiasm among the tourists. If you walk into the museum, you need a tour guide to help you better learn about the artifacts. Well, there is something more we can do about this. We have a truly large amount of the artifacts. People say that you mentioned you have 195 artifacts that are forbidden to go outside China. The bell is one of these, and another is the stone tablet. And there are 2 stone tablets across China that cannot go outside China. But I think actually there are more than that. But officially there are 2. One is in Taiyuan. And that tablet is really something great. Another tablet is more famous. It records the history and records of the Emperor Li Shiming, as even some hidden history that we don't know. And there are 6 stone horses in front of the tomb of Emperor Li Shiming whose tomb haven't been evacuated. Well, thank you, Mr. Bai. Well, the International Museum Day is themed on the Museum for Education and Research. And we are really happy to have the information from your side and to make our people better love the museums and civilization. It is like walking into this museum. We have walked into the river of history. And the stone tablets have collectively created a paradise for art. Well, so much for the Xi'an tour. Thank you for watching. Dear CGTN viewers, I'm Zhao Jian from CMG. Now let's go on with the tour to Gansu Museum. Guess what is this? Well, in June 2021, it went viral in the market in the Art Creation Center in Gansu. So what else do we have here? Let's check it out. Now we have a special guest, Ms. Wu Xiaoyu from the local art center. Dear online viewers, good morning. I'm Wu, a designer from the local art products center. So, Ms. Wu, would you like to take us on a journey to these products? Well, this is the mascot of Chinese Long because this year is the year of Long. It represents the spirit of Long and the horse, the industrial spirit. And you can hug it. You feel like hugging it. It's so cute. It represents auspiciousness and good luck. If you hold its claws, and you will get rich by touching it, by wailing its tail, and you have the good luck all the year round. So it is the hugging. It is the hugging long. And this is the trust alone, whom you can fully trust. It is also very famous in the market, and it's all sold out. So, but you can get it here from the Gansu Museum. You can also get it from our online store. It's much easier to buy. So how is it designed? Well, actually, it is taken from the shape of our archaeological artifact in the museum, the golden long. And this image sounds very cute, looks very cute. It's not scary at all. Actually, I produced two images. I cannot afford quitting any of them. So we produced the two types, both. But actually, people think this one is better for photos. How cute it is on the picture. But for the bigger one, it looks a little bit nerdy, but still cute. So this one is called a happiness long. So its head is moving up into the sky. It's like you will have good luck all the year around. So anything special about it? Well, the secret is to touch it. I'm not sure if you have noticed that it has something white in between the lips. So why the white part? It's the tooth, it's the teeth. But the designer said it's like the teeth. Originally, the designer wanted to be the snout, but we still say it's the teeth. So these long mascots are for bringing the good luck to the Chinese people. This is a green long. Well, this shape is like a running gesture. But if you check the front side, you can see its mouth is so funny and it brings you so much happiness. So the horse is so funny. You know, when the horse is running, it has a wry mouth. So it is a special design. And its facial expression has captured the eyes and heart of our tourists. But here is another design. It is the horse walking upright. We even voted for these designs. But we still want to keep this. And it turned out to be very famous. Yes, I heard that when it first went on the internet, it went so viral that it was sold out. Yes, I was told by my friends that it is really famous, and I asked, really? The tourists really want to get this because they so like them. So we made different sizes, some big ones and the smaller ones, easier for you to carry and on your bags and hold in hands. We have a high chance to bump into each other with the same design. And being part of the design team is really something that brings you happiness. Some design we thought they are so bold, but they turn out to be so popular among the people. But bold as they seem, they are really famous and successful. And I